Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it to the end of another week. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Friday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with recording artist LeVelle. You don't want to miss that. Enjoy our program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Friday headlines. In national news, January 6th panel subpoenas McCarthy for other GOP lawmakers. A House panel issued subpoenas Thursday to House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy and 4 other GOP lawmakers in its probe into the violent January 6th insurrection, an extraordinary step that has little precedent and is certain to further inflame partisan tensions over the 2021 attack. The panel is investigating McCarthy's conversations with then-President Donald Trump the day of the attack and meetings the 4 other lawmakers had with the White House beforehand as Trump and his aides worked to overturn his 2020 election defeat. The former president's supporters violently pushed past police that day, broke through windows and doors of the Capitol, and interrupted the certification of President Joe Biden's victory. The decision to issue subpoenas to McCarthy and Representatives Jim Jordan, Scott Perry, Andy Biggs, and Mo Brooks is a dramatic show of force by the panel, which has already interviewed nearly 1,000 witnesses and collected more than 100,000 documents as it investigates the worst attack on the Capitol in 2 centuries. The move is not without risk, as Republicans are favored to capture back the House majority in this fall's midterm elections and have promised retribution for Democrats if they take control. After the announcement, McCarthy, who aspires to be House Speaker, told reporters, "I have not seen a subpoena," and said his view on the January 6th committee has not changed since the 9-lawmaker panel asked for his voluntary cooperation earlier this year. "They're not conducting a legitimate investigation," McCarthy said. "Seems like as though they just want to go after their political opponents." In a similar vein, Perry told reporters the investigation is a charade and said the subpoena is all about headlines. Neither man said whether he would comply. The panel, made of 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans, had previously asked for voluntary cooperation from the 5 lawmakers, along with a handful of other GOP members, but all of them refused to speak with the panel, which debated for months whether to issue subpoenas. "Before we hold our hearings next month, we wish to provide members the opportunity to discuss these matters with the committee voluntarily," said Mississippi Representative Benny Thompson, the chairman of the panel. Regrettably, the individuals receiving subpoenas today have refused and were forced to take this step to help ensure the committee uncovers facts concerning January 6th. Representative Liz Cheney, the panel's Republican vice chair, said the step wasn't taken lightly. The unwillingness of the lawmakers to provide relevant information about the attack, she said, is a very serious and grave situation. In more national news, creeping COVID-19 cases result in few school mask mandates. U.S. COVID-19 cases are up, leading a smattering of school districts, particularly in the Northeast, to bring back mask mandates and recommendations for the first time since the Omicron winter surge ended and as the country approached 1 million deaths in the pandemic. The return of masking in schools is not nearly as widespread as earlier in the pandemic, particularly as the public's worries about the virus have ebbed. But districts in Maine, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania have brought masks back, with a few in Massachusetts also recommending them even as the school year enters its final weeks. Maine's largest school district in Portland said this week's mask would return, with the superintendent saying that was the safest course at the time amid rising cases. In international news, the Associated Press looks at WNBA star Brittany Griner's detention in Russia. As WNBA star and 2-time U.S. Olympic gold medalist Brittany Griner approaches the 3-month mark of her detention in Russia, she has no clear prospect of release. The Phoenix Mercury All-Star Center may as early as today face a Moscow court hearing, which is likely to extend her pretrial detention. It doesn't help that she was arrested in Moscow at the lowest point of U.S.-Russian relations in decades. Griner was detained February 17th, and a hearing in a Russian court could come as early as today or any time before May 19th, when her detention period is scheduled to end. The court will likely extend her pretrial detention. No trial date has been set. In business news, Senate confirms Powell for second term as Fed fights inflation. The Senate on Thursday confirmed Jerome Powell for his second 4-year term as Federal Reserve Chair, giving bipartisan backing to Powell's high-stakes efforts to curb the highest inflation in 4 decades. The 80-19 vote reflected broad support in Congress for the Fed's drive to combat surging prices through a series of sharp interest rate hikes that could extend well into next year. And finally, in more business news, U.S. stocks end mixed after another day of erratic trading. Another erratic day of trading on Wall Street ended with an uneven finish for the major stock indexes Thursday after the market reversed most of its early slide in the final hour of trading. The S&P 500 closed only 0.1% lower after having been down 1.9% earlier in the day. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.3%, but the Nasdaq rose 0.1%. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Consider greater possibilities. Explore ways to expand your life experiences. Take some time every day to consciously explore and embrace new ideas as you put forth positive energy to attract opportunities. Be sure to act on these opportunities, even if it is something minor, as this sends a message to the universe and to God that you are ready to experience even more success and fulfillment. God then reciprocates by sending more opportunities to you. This creates an ongoing cycle of creative successes to transform your life. When you take time to explore the possibilities for growth in your life, it begins a powerful new phase of expansion and success. Today, allow your mind to roam freely as you invite new ideas into your consciousness. And as always, enjoy the day.
We are part of my conversation coming up with recording artist LeVelle in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Recording artist LeVelle joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the year that's been 2022 in his career. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Well, let's start with the name of the project, because it seems to be so appropriate. My Journey Continues. I want to ask you, LeVelle, what has it been like for you to reflect on this journey, and what has led you to where you are now in 2022?
Well, going through what we're going through as a people, just dealing with COVID and tough times and situations of life, it's a journey. So for me, it's been a good thing, but, it gave me time to reflect on real life issues and to put a great project together.
And it really is a great project, and it's a project that is centered around something that people have gotten to know you for, LeVelle, and that is love. Of course, everyone loves the single Fell in Love featuring Anthony Hamilton. The single I was just sharing with you before we went on here, the single that's getting a lot of attention here in Mississippi is Don't Play With Love. Did you always know that when it came to music that love was going to kind of be the centerpiece for you?
Pretty much. That's really why I got into it, just to get back to respecting each other, respecting our ladies, respecting ourselves as a man. I just wanted to be that voice of trying to bring back passionate music that the whole family can listen to, and just to spread love. I think the world we just need love, and so many different genres of music. I just wanted to be a part of connecting the dots with people again, just loving on each other.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back to you guys on Monday with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make today amazing. Take care.